Fucking wake up. Jesus Christ, dude. We're both sleepy, stupid gooses this morning.
Yeah, we decided to record in the morning because that was a good idea. And I overslept because my phone died.
I went back to sleep because Chris didn't contact me. So we both just woke up.
Hey, man, you should have texted me. So I would have woken up at the exact same time that I did, and I would have had a message from you saying, let's do this, and I would have felt worse about myself at the moment. And I have bedhead.
Dude, well, it is slightly easier. I'm 8 days into no drinking.
Yeah.
So you're only fucking exhausted for like 45 minutes in the morning and not 6 hours.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that funny how that works?
So, yeah, feeling pretty good with it.
Well, you're still ripping on the robo-cig and the weed.
Yeah, I'm drinking coffee. I have this next to my desk. I have an e-cig. But guess what? I also have this.
Oh.
Dude.
Oh, healing crystals?
I'm rich. I found gold. I bought this from a gas station in Yosemite.
Really?
I just drove across the entire country for that commercial.
Oh, yeah. So you got it recently. You bought fool's gold as a 40-year-old man.
Yeah, and I bought a magnet in every single state that I passed through, which is on my fridge now.
Are they out? Is there an outline of the United States that you are going to fill in?
No, but that's not a bad idea.
What states have you been to?
I have to look at my thing. Let's see. I've been to, driving through states. I've definitely been through a lot of states. I don't even fucking know. Just so on this trip, it was South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Missouri.
Missouri.
No, we didn't go to Missouri. Little Rock. We went through Little Rock, Arkansas. And then, what's after that? Oklahoma, and then Texas, and then Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada, California.
Oh, you went through Nevada.
Yeah,
Is it Nevada or Nevada?
No, it's Nevada. Yeah.
You completely butchered
Nevada. So we went up through Death Valley. That's why we shot up there. It was
in California.
Is Death Valley in California? It's right on. I guess it's right after the border. That mountain range is probably the border between the states. I think. We were also. It's also very close to Area 51. I was just thinking about that as I was driving through the desert, and I was like, I think Area 51 is near here, and I looked. And it was literally the mountain range on my right was like the border.
Whoa.
And when I looked over, I saw 4 black helicopters flying along the mountain range. I was like, nice. Sweet.
Whoa, dude.
That's where they're hiding all the prototype planes that never worked. It was a waste of money.
Yeah. What? So, the lore is that aliens are there. At Area 51, they're housing
a crashed spaceship.
So the spaceship crashed.
I think it's the Roswell ship is the idea. I think that they're keeping that there.
Yeah,
I thought, but they also just say they have aliens there. That one liar guy was like, "Oh, we have aliens in like test tubes," which is literally just Independence Day, like
right. Yeah,
he watched Independence Day and
he watched Independence Day. He's like, they've got that, man. They seriously do that.
I watched this great documentary called Independence Day.
Yeah, man, it was really funny sometimes too. Like when he says "Welcome to Earth" and then punches the big alien in the head.
That pilot deserves the Medal of Freedom. What he's doing.
Like, yeah, that's not the only person he punched. hit, slapped.
Oh god.
He didn't just punch an alien in the face. He
thought Chris Rock was an alien. He was trying to help us.
He was trying to save the Earth.
He's just trying to save the Earth. Give the man a break. Dude, what if that was his excuse afterwards?
Oh, that would be...
I thought an alien was on stage.
I would love to be a fly on the wall in his PR offices. They're like... Say it just one more time, Will. Can you explain that to us one more time? He's an alien?
I just thought that an alien... he's like, I love Chris Rock. The real Chris Rock would never make fun of my wife's hair. Ever. So when he did that, I was like, oh fuck, alien. Slap. And he knows that slapping aliens is the only way to kill them.
Yeah. They're only susceptible to slapping. Kick them? Nope, not gonna work.
Bullets do nothing.
You gotta slap.
Bitch slap them.
There's a little bit of shame that the aliens have to feel shame in order to die properly.
It's like Mars Attacks. When they feel shame, their heads explode. That's great.
Insane.
Oh,
yeah, I can't believe I saw that live when it happened. I was watching the Oscars, and holy shit, man! What? First off, how absolutely unhinged, and then he won, and he had to give a speech that felt so disingenuous after he was just such a piece of shit, slapping a comedian for a joke. It wasn't a great joke.
No, it was a throwaway.
It was just he was trying to move on from it immediately because he was like,
me.
G.I. Jane is a dated ass reference, and I probably don't need to be.
Dude, it's funny, me, you, everyone in the audience, and Chris Rock, all were like, okay, what's this bit? As Will Smith was walking towards him, everyone was like, oh, there must be a bit going on.
Yeah.
And Chris Rock was just like, nice, dude. There's gonna be a fun little bit.
What's he gonna say? And he's like, huh?
Wham!
And then boom! And he's like,
yeah.
But I was amazed at how immediately he was like, holy shit! I just got Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me.
Yeah.
He was trying to save face and be like,
right.
Trying to play it off and be like, because what do you even do in that moment? Is he gonna fucking start fighting the guy who starred in Ali 5 years ago?
Yeah, you can't.
He's going to get his ass kicked.
You can't fight on live TV.
Yeah, it just... I can't believe it, man.
We were all
dumbass.
Shocked. And it's just fun. I'm like... I don't know. I would just imagine someone calling and be like, hey, do you want to work on this Will Smith movie? I'd be like, not really. He for me, it was I
kind of don't want to meet him.
He crossed a line for me as a comedian that I'm like, dude, fuck that guy.
Yeah, I was like, what a piece of shit. And I mean, Chris Rock was so nice. He didn't press charges or anything, but I was like,
he could have.
You should have, dude.
He could have had him arrested that night. I mean, that's assault, straight up.
Unprovoked. I mean, he could have really fried Will Smith a little bit, but he was like, all right, don't worry about it.
No,
then he also would have looked like a total bitch.
Yeah, bitch.
Snitch.
And I saw Chris Rock 2 months later. And,
you saw him on tour?
When he was on tour with Chappelle.
Yeah.
And he did 20 minutes on the slap. That was so much more devastating than anything he could have done that night. Yeah. It was insane. The big line that he said was, he's like, Will Smith's wife hurt him worse than he could ever hurt me. And I was like, damn. It's
yep.
This is so funny. But he did mention that. They're like, why didn't you hit him back? He's like, all my ghetto friends are like, why didn't you hit him back, Chris? He's like, because I'm 5'6" and he played Muhammad Ali in a movie.
Yes.
He's like, that dude would fuck me up.
Yeah, he would totally have gotten smeared. Has Will Smith been in anything since that? Has he starred in another movie?
Yeah, I think he's acted in some other stuff.
Yeah.
Bad Boys. Dude, they made Bad Boys 3 and they're making Bad Boys 4.
Ew.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, didn't you work with Martin Lawrence? He's fucking nuts too.
I did not.
Did you? Oh, you didn't?
You know who? Yeah, no. You know who it was? It was Tim. He told me the story about working with Martin Lawrence. He's got a great story about Martin Lawrence, who, like, in his writer or contract or whatever,
yeah,
he had to have like a full basketball court surrounded by like in the base camp of the like where the crew was set up. He had a trailer on each side, like kind of blocking it off, and it had to be fenced in with like privacy wrap, like the black fabric around the
construction site. Fence
exactly.
wrap.
Yeah, and
he made a compound.
He made a compound that, you know, I don't know,
for him and his boys.
Court. Yeah, for everybody in there to just do whatever they wanted to do without being seen or bothered.
So smoke weed and play basketball.
Super accurate. Yes, I would imagine that's exactly what he did. But yeah, he also was, I don't know, there was unconfirmed reports that he was doing other stuff too.
Oh, of course.
But there was
dude, Martin Lawrence he's the funniest dude though. Like the show Martin was awesome. I love that show.
He's great. But he's also like suspicious of the people who hire him, and it's just like,
sure,
he's like, oh, you rich motherfuckers are weird, and I want you to do weird crazy stuff because you'll do it if I tell you to. And that was kind of the mentality, I guess.
I can't.
But yeah,
what would be if you were super rich? What would be on your rider?
Oh,
like, everywhere I walk into, the Undertaker theme has to play.
Yeah, I know too much about, like, okay, if you ask for something crazy like that, then there's gonna be like the Undertaker theme PA who has to follow you everywhere.
Yeah.
With a big boombox on like a cart, and he's gonna have to be like, and it's just like, I don't want to have an entourage of this like 19-year-old kid who's trying to make it in Hollywood playing the.
I have to get picked up. I have to get picked up from my trailer and driven to set in a monster truck. Actually, in the Undertaker, it's all Undertaker themed. Oh, fuck.
Everything Matt has requested in his rider is Undertaker themed.
I have to sleep in a coffin.
He has to tombstone whatever. What's the I can't remember the finishing move. But
tombstone.
He has to do that to the director at the end of each shooting day.
I need a tombstone pizza at lunch.
Shit. Sleep in a coffin like Dracula.
Yeah. Could you guys make the set ooky spooky?
I have to have long, wet hair at all times. Every character you play has to have like.
That's on your rider is like, it doesn't matter what movie you're in. On your rider, you're like, oh, in this movie, I'm playing the Crow. No matter what movie, you're so famous that you can be any character you want. Oh my God!
It's the sequel to Mamma Mia 3, starring the Crow.
The Crow.
Oh, that would be terrible. That would be a bad movie.
I met the writer-director of Mamma Mia 2. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
He was like,
he
was married. He was I get, or he directed it. I don't know if he co-wrote it or whatever, but I was on set with his his daughter. That's right. His daughter was like the star of that Woody Harrelson movie I did. Anyway, and his daughter was there, and so he showed up on set, and someone was like, "That's the director of Mamma Mia too," and I was like, "Who cares?"
You're like, "Oh, that cinematic masterpiece." Okay.
Yeah. I was like, well, I didn't see the first one. Sorry.
Yeah. I worked with the director of Mamma Mia.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Lasse Hallström.
Oh.
He also directed, he's a Swede. And he was funny, actually. But he directed Dear John with Channing Tatum and Amanda Seyfried that I worked on.
That was here. Yeah.
It was in Charlestown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so yeah, we shot all over Charleston, and it was really fun. Dude, Amanda Seyfried was so nice.
Oh yeah.
She like invited the crew over to her house for a party on the weekend.
Nice.
Was just like so sweet. And Channing Tatum was cool too. He was fine.
Sure.
This girl that I worked with I was in locations, and she was like the locations PA, and she was hot. She was the location manager's stepdaughter, and so she was trying to like just
Got it.
Oh, hey, here you go. But she was hot, and she was like the only girl who would get gussied up to go to set.
Yeah.
and so immediately Channing Tatum and his assistant were like chatting with her every day.
Oh man.
And
she must have been like, I'm gonna fucking marry Channing Tatum for sure.
No, she hooked up with his assistant.
Oh damn.
That was it.
Shit.
Channing Tatum was a married man, and he stuck to his guns. He was just like, yeah, you don't understand the quality of women that I am able to get. She's cute, but she's an assistant's girlfriend. That's all. He wasn't going to go there.
Dude, Channing Tatum and his English doppelganger, Tom Hardy.
Oh, I have not made that connection. Ever.
They can get anybody they want. Oh my god! By the way, I think it's open. I'll have to look and then cut this out if it's not. That Tom Hardy is bisexual, and I was like, dude, that is too much power for one man. That dude is just like, oh fuck everyone. And he's the man.
I don't discriminate. I don't discriminate. I would only fuck Tom Hardy if he did the main voice. I don't discriminate.
Oh my god, dude! I do.
I don't discriminate. I believe that I should be able to fuck anything with a hole.
Dude, I do have a fucking man crush on Tom Hardy. How do you not?
He's so good.
He's the best, dude. The movie Bronson is one of the best movies. It's incredible.
Yeah.
God, he's fucking awesome in it.
I haven't seen it.
What? Oh, dude, it's so good. It's like the best thing. It's the director of Drive, Nicholas Winding Refn.
Winding Refn. Yeah.
Dude, he's a great director, but Bronson is like a modern Clockwork Orange. It feels like Clockwork Orange. It's like funny.
Is he in the prison?
Yeah, so he's a real guy.
Okay,
yeah.
I've seen it.
Charles Bronson he was just some English
actor.
So there was an English thug who went to prison and then beat the fuck out of everybody in prison, and he changed his name to Charles Bronson because he liked Charles Bronson, the actor. And he was just like, that's my name now. And then he would just box the shit out of everyone. And he was in the prison's boxing league. But he just devastated guards and other prisoners. And I think he spent more time in solitary confinement than any English prisoner in history. I believe that's true.
Because he was just so violent.
He was a menace.
Yeah.
Yes. And for anyone who hasn't seen, there was a scene in the movie where a guard comes in to check his cell to make sure his cell is all good. And he just slams the door shut as soon as the guard gets in his cell. and just goes, "Sit the fuck down," and he makes him sit on the bed, and the guy just like does it. He's like terrified, and Tom Hardy takes off all of his clothes. Like, you see Tom Hardy's dick in this movie. He takes off all of his.
Is it a good hog or what?
I wouldn't fuck with him. But he takes all of his clothes off in front of the guard, and you're like, what the fuck is he about to do? And he's like, reach under my pillow, and the guard goes under his pillow, and he finds like a tin foil of a handful of butter. Like, he'd been collecting butter from the mess hall, and he's like, butter me up, you cunt. And he's like, what the fuck? So he butters his entire body up, and then he just like opens the window to his cell door and he's like, oh boys, I have one of your own. You might want to come in here and get him back. And he fucking fights like eight guards at once. They can't grab him because he's all buttery. He fucking annihilates the whole prison staff.
What the fuck? What kind of a maniac even thinks of that idea?
It was funny, like he wasn't trying to escape. He was just like, I want to fuck up everybody. Yeah, it's so funny.
It's just fun. It's entertainment.
That movie's hilarious.
If you're a certain kind of person, and you're sitting in a cell all day, solitary, even perhaps, that would be the most fun to just fight, wrestle. You gotta get your exercise. Come on. Oh, Bronson.
Dude, that's such a great performance.
Butter me up. Yeah, he's great, man. He makes choices.
His face is covered or obscured in every film. So Bane, his face is covered. In Dunkirk, he has the fighter pilot mask on the entire film. In Inception, he is the guy who can shapeshift into anybody he wants. So he changes out of Tom Hardy and becomes another character. Mad Max, he's on the front of that car with the thing over his face.
Yeah.
Which is the best movie ever.
No way.
Yeah. And then in Bronson, he goes full black face and body in one scene. They have like a painting, like an art room in the prison, and he like puts black paint over every inch of his body.
To what end? What does he do with that? I forgot.
I think it was like the prison's art teacher. He duct taped him to like a column, and then he painted himself black. He was just a dick.
Dude, I had no idea that Tom Hardy did blackface.
Yeah, he loves it. He does blackface. He fucks dudes and women. He's the man. He's free.
No notes. Wow, fantastic, Tom Hardy. Wait a second. We should get him canceled. We love him so much.
We love him, man. We should cancel him.
We should get him canceled. It's just a way for us to make ourselves feel good about our choices. Although, wow.
I've never...
There's probably something out there that would get me canceled.
Oh, for fucking sure. But guess what? Hey, I drive Uber Eats, so you can't cancel me, you fucks.
I canceled myself already.
Yeah, I fucking just put my phone down and I'm no longer an Uber Eats driver. Dude, Jimmy Fallon did blackface and no one fucking canceled him. Jimmy Kimmel did blackface and no one's canceled him.
Yeah.
It's funny like how many people have done that.
Yeah. And wasn't Jimmy Fallon doing an Eddie Murphy impression on SNL in blackface?
I think so. I think that's what it was. And then Jimmy...
Did I say Kimmel or Fallon? I meant Fallon.
Fallon. Yeah. No, you said Fallon. Yeah. And then Jimmy Kimmel did... didn't he do Charles Barkley? Wasn't that who he was doing?
Oh, like on the Man Show or something?
Yeah.
Charles Barkley? Yeah.
Also...
Woof.
Adam Carolla has a picture of himself in his own book of him as a kid dressed as Mr. T for Halloween, and he's fully blackface. But he was like, I wasn't making fun of Mr. T. I love Mr. T, and I wanted to be Mr. T.
Yeah. It does, like, if you're truly trying to emulate something,
you're still canceled.
You go through the logical steps of how can I look the most like this person that I admire.
It's almost more offensive to be Mr. T with no face paint. You're just like a really white Mr. T.
Yeah, it's even more of a racist caricature. Yeah. It's like,
that's so funny.
I pity the fool with your like a chest full of gold chains and a mohawk, and people are like, "What the fuck are you doing?
Are you Weird Al?
Are you doing Weird Al doing Mr. T?"
I thought about this one day. I was like, the idea of cultural appropriation is so stupid because literally all culture is appropriated from the culture around you.
Yeah.
Like,
culture changes pretty frequently.
It's like children appropriate the culture of their parents and their neighborhood. No matter where you live, you can look like anything and grow up anywhere, and you appropriate the culture of the people around you to fit in.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh my god, you can't wear dreadlocks. That's appropriation. It's like, everyone appropriated it.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what I don't like is that I appropriate culture depending on who I'm talking to or where I am.
Yo, boys.
No.
What up, home dog?
Yo, what up, dog? Oh, my boy. Yeah, you heard the new Future, motherfucker? No. No. I was talking about my dad. I was meaning, like, whenever I talk to my dad, I definitely I skew more Southern.
Yes.
Because he's still kind of got the Nashville, Tennessee kind of.
Oh,
not fully Southern vibe, but he's
I get more
halfway.
I get more
a
Southern.
Little more like that. I do a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean,
I get a slightly McConaughey.
All right, I'm in South Carolina, and it's like when I run into like more good old boy types, I definitely turn on that part of myself more.
Yeah, but you know what? You're fucking cultural appropriation.
Yeah. I'm appropriating redneck culture.
You're appropriating blue-blooded Southerner culture, motherfucker.
Hell yeah, boy! Of course, I have sex with my cousin all the time. What do you think?
Yeah, man.
Tripping over here?
What the fuck, dude? Hey, do you remember that scene? In Wolf of Wall Street was a great movie, by the way. I know a lot of douchebags have appropriated that.
Oh yeah, they love the lifestyle.
Like, worshiping like how much coke and quaaludes those guys.
It's like Scarface. It's like
exactly.
This is anti this.
Yes, yes. But there are so many funny moments in that movie, and one of them,
hilarious.
Just like what you were saying, was it's Jonah Hill. And he's explaining to Leonardo DiCaprio's character. He's just like, "Yeah, I married my cousin." He's like, your first cousin? And he's just like, "Yeah, well, hey, look, we grew up in the same neighborhood. I was protecting her." And all these guys, these teenagers, we were all just like, hey, they were trying to fuck my cousin. And I'm like, hey, wait a second. If there's anybody that's going to be fucking my cousin, it's going to be me. It was so funny, like the logical hula hoops that he was jumping through.
He's being honest too.
Yeah.
So funny.
He just was like, I'm not going to let that happen. And then he just was like, I guess I'm married to my cousin now. So weird. God.
That's so great.
Yeah, it's a great scene. And Jonah Hill is a genius. I love him.
Isn't he all fucking nuts?
Oh yeah, did he get canceled?
I
remember people were like, "Hey, you're being a dick," because whatever. He told his girlfriend to stop like wearing suggestive clothes or
dude, you know what?
Going surfing without him and
Yeah, that's right.
That's just
you know
an
what that is?
insecure. He's just insecure
Exactly.
about.
That's a little insecure fat teenager who, like, he was fucked up, probably a dork when he was in school.
Yes.
And then he got really famous, and he doesn't know how to fucking handle being a fucking chill dude.
Yeah. Oh, my buddy Max. He went to Santa Barbara something like community college or city college or whatever. And Jonah Hill was in one of his classes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he was like, dude, this guy showed up to class. He basically held court. The teacher was like, like he was cracking jokes. He's like, everybody in the whole class was just like all about Jonah. And then one day he just didn't show up. And we never heard from him again until fucking Superbad came out.
I was about to say.
Whatever. Yeah, it was just like, oh, that's where Jonah went. He was the life of the class, man. He was so funny and like,
what a huge movie. It's so good too.
Ridiculous.
That was I heard Lawrence Fishburne telling the story about, like, I guess he was in, I can't remember where exactly, but he was somewhere in like New York. He was like in the Bronx or something. I can't remember where he's from. But he was just like, he was like 14 or 15 and he was like in school and he goes, hey guys, I just got cast in Francis Ford Coppola's new epic. And all his friends, they're like, the guy who made The Godfather, they're like, shut the fuck up, you dumbass, you liar. And then he said he just left school and he flew to like fucking Cambodia or wherever they filmed Apocalypse Now. And he's on the boat. He's like 15 years old on the boat with Martin Sheen and has maybe the most tragic like scenes in the whole film. Like when he gets shot by an arrow from like the natives. That shit is so disturbing, that scene. But it's so funny. It's just like being a 15-year-old kid and being like, I'm going to be in a Vietnam epic. It's like the Godfather director.
Yeah.
Like,
wait,
what?
Which actor was this?
Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne.
So he's like a kid. Dude, the scene in Apocalypse Now is he gets a tape. His mother records a message and sends it to him. And they're playing his mother talking to him when he gets killed. And he's just lying there, and the mother's just voice is just still playing on the ship. It's like, oh, it's so brutal.
Dude.
That's so crazy.
That was it's just disturbingly good movie.
It's amazing.
All the drama of it. I can't wait to see Megalopolis starring Adam Driver, directed by Francis Ford Coppola.
I read one review of Megalopolis where this guy was like, I think all these negative reviews are wrong, and they will be wrong in the future.
Yeah.
And he was like, this is a movie that is, it's like an art film. It's up to your interpretation. So people were like, I don't get it. He's like, it's not about getting it. It's not that kind of a movie. Yeah. And I was like, I haven't seen it, and our friends worked on it. Bree and Eric did costuming for it.
That's right.
And the costumes are sick. I mean, they look awesome. All the behind-the-scenes stuff. But Bree posted a picture of Francis Ford Coppola, like, sitting there looking at a monitor. Yeah. He's like 2,000 years old. You're like, oh, yeah, I forgot.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm glad he was like, I got nothing to lose at this point.
Yeah.
My kids are fine. I own several wineries and I make great movies. So
I think he's
going to make the movie that I want to make.
I think he put his wine company up as collateral for the film. So he's like, even if the film flops, he's like, I'll lose a wine company. He's like, I'm a fucking old guy. Like, how much longer do I have?
Yeah.
You know, I get it.
Yeah. He's rich enough to be like, all right, I never did this, but I want to do it before I die. I have the means. Yeah.
He should have made Megalopolis and then not released it to the public.
that would be like a full Howard Hughes move or something, you know? Like,
that's a baller move.
Yeah.
Oh, like, what, dude, when are we going to see Jerry Lewis's Holocaust comedy
The day the clown cried.
Yes, the day the clown cried. They filmed it like 55 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's I've heard Harry Shearer from The Simpsons and Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
He said that he saw it. He's like one of the few people who's like, I watched it. It is fucking insane. And I was like,
dude.
I mean, I'm like, I want
just the description of the last scene that, like, he's like brought to a concentration camp to lure the he's brought because he's an entertainer. He's an entertainer, but
I think he's a clown, straight up.
Yeah, but they
want him.
But he was a nightclub act. He got brought to the concentration camps because they thought he was a gypsy or gay or whatever.
Right.
Like, and so
an
they
artist.
were like, "You're just here. We're not going to execute you because you're not Jewish or whatever."
Oh my god!
Or maybe they just kept him alive because of his skill.
I think his skill. They needed him to entertain the children as they took them into the gas chamber.
Yes.
Is the plot of the movie.
Yes. Every time he would lure them into the gas chamber and like perform for them, and so they would be like,
"Oh my god!"
As the gas gets sprayed in.
I mean, he must have been like, "This is gonna win me all of the Oscars," and then he finished making it and was like, "Holy fuck, what have I done?" It's so crazy, that idea.
It's an insane idea, but the last scene is
I don't know it.
Gets into the gas chamber with them and continues entertaining them, and then he gets gassed himself.
That's pretty powerful as an idea.
Huge idea. I mean,
oh my god,
crazy, but what a shocking.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know if he's like the right person for it. Like, that has to be done so perfectly, like sensitively done.
Yeah.
And oh my god.
Yeah.
He really went for it. And then he's like, no one will ever watch this.
Yes.
It's
somewhere. He's like, this might be. I have a telethon called Jerry's Kids. I should probably not do this.
I didn't even think of that. Holy shit, I forgot about that.
I'm pretty sure he wanted to release it, and everyone around him was like, don't release it. He believed in it. That's why it got made, because he believed in it. And everyone else around him was like, dude, if you do this, we're no longer representing you. We're no longer, I think it was.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
That is brutal.
An incredible story.
It is
an incredible idea.
Conceptually,
and the fact that he did it. And there is it has been executed, no pun intended, completely to his wishes. And artfully done, it could be really good. But the subject matter is obviously pretty fucked up and intense.
Yeah, I've only seen, there's like a 30-second clip of it on YouTube. I don't know where that came from, but there's one, he's doing like, it's just a shot of him clowning, basically. And he's like doing little gags or whatever, but it's like, I don't know, man, taking what he did and trying to put him in that story is nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, he was trying to make, what's the movie? Life is Beautiful. Like that is an incredible film, and it's very similar in story, where he's like, oh, this is all, like, my kids can't understand what's happening, so it's a big game. I'm playing a game with them. Like, hey, who can get on the train the fastest? Who can do this? And it's like, geez, and it's so fucking good. That's a beautiful film.
That's incredible. I mean, Roberto Benigni won the Academy Award for that.
And he's translating for the guards, and so he's translating it and making it up the translation to be like, the guards say that whoever does this wins a prize. Like, it is a heartbreaker.
Yeah, it's devastating.
So anyways,
but at least for him, the main location the entire time wasn't a concentration camp. That's probably where Jerry Lewis went wrong.
Oh my God in heaven. Yeah. So anyways, Chris and I are going to make our own Holocaust comedy. I'm
not involved.
No, dude, Chris is the executive producer. He said it's a laugh riot.
It's a real funny bunch that we got together for this whole thing.
It's my favorite part of American Psycho. When he makes up a play that he was at for his excuse, and he goes, his alibi, he goes, I was at a new play called Oh, Africa, Brave Africa. It was a laugh riot. It's like the fact that he made it a comedy for no reason. So funny. It was a laugh riot.
It was a laugh riot. Oh, Africa, Brave Africa. What a psycho. An American psycho. Well,
dude. Well, that was
I think we're gonna
hilarious.
wrap this up.
That was a hilarious a holo podcast.
Oh God! Yeah,
sorry.
It was. We apologize to
everyone
who finds the Holocaust to be sensitive material.
This episode was produced by Jerry Lewis.
So
Jerry right Lewis, to his people.
Yeah, it was also co-produced by Joseph Goebbels.
Dude, at the end,
we're allowed to laugh about monsters, aren't we?
At the end of Goebbels' propaganda films, did he have like a fun, splashy graphic that was like Goebbels Productions?
Goebbels.
Absolutely.
Oh no! Horrible. He had a vanity card like the guy Chuck Lorre from 2.5 Men. That was like that's like a whole fucking page of text that you can never read because it's 1 second long.
Oh God!
Vanity cards, man.
We did it.
Well, I'm gonna come up with a vanity card for this episode, and we'll pop it at the end.
All right, yeah, you make it, and I'll put it at the end of the episode.
Great.
I'll put it right here.
We're all dead.